All right. So you want to look at your birth certificate like a title to a car. Okay. So we're gonna jump right in tonight. What's my email? There it is. We talked about what authentication is in I think last week's class. What authentication is. It's basically if it's your first time hearing this information, authentication is proving without a shadow of a doubt that the information is real. Okay? By getting this document and making sure it's real, we're going to comply with these rules located at '28 USC. 28 USC 1733. We're going to start there. I'm going to pull up the screen share. All right. I have the screen share going up. Desktop. Oh, all right. Let me know when y'all can see that. I want to say we covered this one last class. Okay. We're going to go over it again. This is 28 USC code 1733. It reads Section B. Excuse me, we'll go with Section A. Section A. Books or records of account or minutes of proceedings of any department or agency of the United States shall be admissible to prove the act, transaction occurred as a memorandum of which the same were made or kept. Section B. Properly authenticated copies or transcripts of any books, records, papers, or documents of any department of the United States shall be admitted in evidence equally with the original thereof. So real quick, guys, need y'all help. We'll need y'all help right here. Let's read Section B again, okay? I need y'all help. Pay attention. Properly authenticated copies or transcripts of any books, records. Do you think your birth certificate is a record? If your birth certificate is a record, please say yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Is your birth certificate paper? If it is, then you did a yes.
Yes.
Okay. Is it a document?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So any properly authenticated birth certificate, okay? Right there. Stay right there. You can take all them other words out. Okay? Is the document from an agency within the United States? Is your birth certificate a document from an agency of the United States?
Yes.
So if you properly authenticate this thing, it becomes the evidence equally with the original thereof. So authenticating your birth certificate turns your certified copy into an original document. You're going through, so when I say, are you authenticated? Okay? Have you turned your original title to your name? Have you turned your copy into an original? That's what I'm asking you. Okay? Check it out now. Why is it so important? A lot of people say, hey, man, what is birth certificate? What do you mean? What does it got to do with anything? Well, my brother that was just speaking a minute ago, he went to go get one. Matter of fact, if you don't mind helping us out, please read the bottom of your birth certificate that you got from Vital Statistics. Let me catch that. Hold on one second. Got it. There we go. That was Lorenzo.
You said the bottom.
Yeah, the bottom of the birth certificate. That last paragraph.
Okay, it says, do not accept this transcript unless it bears the security features listed on the back. Reproduction or alteration of this transcript is prohibited by 3.19b of the New York City Health.
Go to one. Go up to the other paragraph above that. This is a something, yeah.
Certification of name and birth facts on file in the Office of Vital Records, Department of Health and Medical Hygiene.
So a certification of the facts, right?
Yes.
Of a record, right? Read it one more time. Slow.
This is a certification of name and birth facts on file in the Office of Vital Records, Department of Health and Mental Hygiene.
If you listen to that very closely, that did not say it was a copy of the original, did it?
Mm-mm.
Listen to that. Read it again.
This is a certification of name and birth facts on the file in the Office of Vital Records, Department of Health and Medical.
This is the name of the facts on the file, but that's not a copy of the file. See that? Not a copy of it. You need an image copy of it so that we can turn your copy. Does Section 28 U.S.C. 1733 say? Does it say a properly authenticated copy? It says properly authenticated copies or transcripts of any books. See, that's a statement of facts. That's not a copy of that's not even a piece of the transcript from a book. That's not a copy from a book. That's a statement of facts that there is a book that has it on there somewhere. You need a picture of that one. Okay? Sometimes called a long form birth certificate. If you are in the state of Alabama, guess what? You are quite fortunate, and also in the state of Georgia, and I want to say Mississippi as well. They give you the real one that your mama signed at the hospital when you ask for a birth certificate off the rip. Alabama doesn't allow a certified reproduction. Some people say reproduction. Okay? Why do we want to authenticate our birth certificate? Why? Why do we want to have the hold to this record? Does anybody on this call tonight have the title to their car? If you got the title to your car or have ever had the title to a car, please speak up.
Yes, sir.
Yeah? What does that mean when you have the title? Come on. What does it mean when you've held the title in your hand? What does that mean?
It belongs to me.
You're free.
Ownership.
Ownership? All right. Can't nobody just run up and like, this is mine. Can they do that? If they do, they're going to jail. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now, you got hold on one second, guys. All right. So now you know you own it and you have control of it. Now a lot of people ask me, and no shots fired whatsoever. Okay. What are the benefits of authenticating a birth certificate? Would any of y'all like to describe to me the benefits? The benefits of having the title to your car. It's kind of hard, ain't it? Tell me the benefit of having the title to your car. No car payment? What y'all think about that? Right? Would that be a benefit, no car payment?
Yes, sir.
Because you got the title, right? Or here's another word that you use. Have anybody in class has ever gotten a deed to a house yet? The full deed, the whole thing. See that? Until you got one of those, you're a tenant, right? Technically, they're still making everybody a tenant, even if you got a deed to a house. Okay? Because guess what they have? You got property taxes, right? That's rent on a house. You just pay them once a year. Okay? Dealing with, keep it going one more step further. Okay? One second. There's a lot of people that don't hold that don't know anything about holding a title, or much less a deed to a property. Okay? These deeds and these things like this, you still have to pay property taxes. There's basically rent on it. Why do you think that they're able to charge you property taxes? Or how about another? I'm gonna show you another tax that they charge you as a benefit of being authenticated. They take your income tax straight out your check without you being able to say anything about it. That's part of ownership. When you own something, you can exact tax on it. I got you another tax. Y'all ready? Here's another tax. Oops, you were going 10 miles per hour over the speed limit. No pass go straight to jail. $300 bill out. Don't show up. Stays here till you go to jail. So that's worse than a tax. You go to jail physically, you'll be penalized because you are using the benefits of your birth certificate as a citizen to your system or whatever. Okay? That's one of the side effects of not being authenticated. Okay? It's dealing with ownership. I hope if y'all have any questions, please chime in, because if you can't wrap your mind around what it is to have ownership, I mean, that's just as important. The difference is, do the math in your head right now. If you didn't have rent, if you didn't have to pay rent or your house, or if you got a mortgage, you don't have to make any payment towards your mortgage because it's paid off. Do you have anybody in here that's not currently some kind of rent or mortgage for a property that is not, or rent for something? See? So, first step that you're going to take dealing with your authentication is taking ownership of your name, people. Ownership of this little piece of paper that started everything. Okay, it started everything. Whoever thought this little bitty little piece of paper would have turned into enslaving mechanisms. Matter of fact, I'm going to prove it to you. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to show y'all where the definition of employee and employer come from, okay?
All right.
Let's look at the proclamation. The declaration. Proclamation. Oh, excuse me. No, that's not it. Emancipation. All right. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. Y'all want to read this or y'all want to just go straight to the point? I'm going to leave it up to y'all because if y'all want to read the whole thing, we can. But it's not that long.
You can read the whole thing.
Okay. Anybody like to volunteer and take care of that for me?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on one second, guys. No, you know what? For the sake of... Hold on. Let's see. Hold on one second. No, let's just go straight to the point, the meat of the matter, okay? I'm going to start at... it's the fifth to last paragraph. It says, and I hereby. Okay? I hereby enjoin upon the people so declared to be free to abstain from all violence unless in necessary self-defense. And I recommend to them that in all cases, when allowed, they labor faithfully for reasonable wages. Okay?
Mm.
So a lot of people celebrate the proclamation, the Declaration, the Emancipation Proclamation as the freeing of the slaves, but in all actuality, it only freed them into a bondage of labor and wages. Okay? Now, this is a standardization of slavery that now you have to have, if you're going to have everybody be slaves, you have to create a system to keep up with all of them. And that's where the birth certificate comes in play. Okay? They shove this little piece of paper right in your face at the hospital. You think nothing of it. Let me just get the papers. You got to have those. Believe it or not, guys, all it takes is a declaration in the newspaper that the baby was born and 2 eyewitnesses on an affidavit, and that will suffice. And you can get a passport with that.
Mm.
A person older than you, a person who could attest to this for you is good enough to make a birth certificate. So, I know a lot of people go, what about the identity? How are they going to survive in this system? You actually can make a declaration yourself. Okay?
Mm.
One
Okay.
second. Right. Let's see. Let's see. Now, all right. So now we're talking about taking hold of original document. Okay. The original document. This is what you will be creating. So I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all the sauce of what it is that you're creating once you do properly authenticate this birth certificate. When you look this word up, remember I told y'all about, I asked y'all how many of y'all ever held a deed to a house? All right, well, I'm going to give you your own counter deed, and it's going to be to something even more important than a deed to a house. I'm talking about the deed to yourself. Everybody has held a deed in their hand. It was your birth certificate. Okay? What is a counter deed? This is what you'll be creating, is a counter deed. A secret writing, either before a notary or under private seal, which destroys, invalidates, or alters a public one. Okay? A secret writing. Okay? So I'm trying to get you this one that invalidates and alters the public ones. Debt collectors. Talking reckless about you. Okay? Reporting stuff against your name when you're the owner of it. Well, right now, you're not the owner of it, so they can just go hard however they like. And to be honest with you, because of Minnesota Rule 220, and we'll go to that, because of Minnesota Rule 220, you can't really fight them. You can't really fight them because you're considered a minor. This is why. Minors cannot contract, guys. Kids cannot contract. So you can't do this. If you don't do this, that's why they don't really let you get those real big lawsuits. They'll let you get some, but it's coming from a slave side of it instead of an owner side. If you come at it from the owner side, look at it like this. Draw a line on paper. The slave side is the public side. Okay? Slave side is the public side. The owner side is the private side. Private bankers, private investors, private side, private sector. Okay? If you're operating in the public side, which is your first and last name, which is a domestic side, so get this term, domestic, public, and slave side, all in one. You can put a line in the middle of a piece of paper and put it under the line. Anything that's domestic, public, what else? I know there's one more. Domestic, public, or the slave side. Okay? You want to come through the private side, the states, if you're wondering. The public side is in your name. Coming through the private side is coming through an estate. Okay? Because when you come in the public side, this is how they treat you in the public. Y'all ready? Minnesota Rule 220, birth certificates. Okay? The Register of Titles is authorized to receive the registration of memorials upon any outstanding certificate of title an official birth certificate pertaining to a registered owner named in said birth certificate of title, showing the date of birth of said registered owner, providing there is attached to said birth certificate an affidavit of an affiant who states that he/she is familiar with the facts recited, stating that the party named in said birth certificate is the same as one of the owners named in said certificate of title. And thereafter, certificate of title, and that thereafter the register of titles shall treat said registered owner as having attained the age of majority at a date of 18 years after the date of birth shown by said certificate. Okay? So until you actually take an affidavit and attach it to the birth certificate, you can treat it like you're a minor, age of minority. You want to be age of majority. Okay? You want to be age of majority. You want to be treated as competent as an adult. Okay? Other than that, when you come in through an attorney, you're coming in through the public side. You're coming in through the domestic side. You're coming in through the slave side. That's only going to give you so much leverage power. Okay? When it comes down to something real big and a serious topic, they'll turn the tables on you and you will lose. Okay? And they're only going to let you get so much money. Like, for example, like those guys that get falsely accused and thrown in prison for 30 years and they get like $300,000. Like, whatever. Ain't no way they ain't but $300,000. 30 years in jail? Ain't no way. No way. Not possible. That's coming in from the public side. Okay? Any questions so far? No, I got y'all still muted out. Sorry about that. We'll hold questions for the end. All right. 1 second. Somebody's about to start crying in my arms. 1 second. Let me get her replaced with some help here. 1 second. Okay, let's get into the Hague. I think we said we was going to go into the Hague Convention. We said that last week, too. Okay, so let's go into this. Let's see what the Hague Convention is, okay? We'll get it straight from their website, okay? So there won't be any questions. It's all right. Hold on, guys. Sorry about that. Here we go. Hold on 1 second, guys. Hold on 1 second, guys. All right, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. We'll do the Hague from outside their website tonight. Hague Convention. All right. The Hague Convention on the protection of children or cooperation in respect of inter-country adoption. Hague Adoption Convention is an international agreement to establish safeguards to ensure that inter-country adoption takes place in the best interest of the child. The convention entered into force for the United States in April 2008. The Hague Adoption Convention applies to adoptions between the United States and the other countries that have joined it. In this section, we provide the keys of understanding how to proceed with the Hague Convention adoption. Now, this right here is, now it's funny they brought this up. It's not dealing with the Hague. There are certain countries listed in this agreement program how to pick the jurisdiction of whether it's inside of the Hague or outside the Hague. Because when you're authenticating your document, it's going to ask you what country are you authenticating for. Okay? And it's dealing with child adoption. Okay? Okay? Here's the countries that are outside the Hague Conventions right here. And there's some more. I just used Jamaica, okay, because I know it's outside the Hague Convention. But if you look at the Hague Conventions on the civil aspect of international child abduction, is a force between Australia and the states listed below. I'm pulled back. And we'll go to the birth certificate website. Authentication in Alabama, and it pulls up the website, and there's the Hague Convention pops up there. See, comes straight up on the website. Now, countries inside that Hague Convention, know this, that if you put the country inside the Hague Convention on there, you're going to get what they call an apostille. Apostille may be affixed to a document bearing official signatures or seals of currently commissioned Alabama Notary Public, probate judge, or current Alabama State Register. Please note, all birth certificate and death certificates require apostille must bear the signature of the current Alabama State Register. Now, what they don't tell you is that the apostille does not certify the facts on the document. It only certifies the seal on the document. What you're trying to do is get a certification. The certification may be affixed to the document bearing the official signature or seal of currently commissioned Alabama probate judge, circuit clerk, or current Alabama state register. Please, each notarized document requires a certification must have an additional county authentication of the notary commission. The county authentications are issued by the office of the probate judge in the county of the notary's commission. For the county information, please see public official database. All right? They don't really tell you what authentication is or the difference between the two. They throw this little Hague Convention up in your face, and if you don't know nothing about that, man, just clicking on that, you can get real lost real fast trying to figure out what's all going on this website dealing with a private international law. Hague Convention, Hague Conference on private international law. See that? And the word private pops right up in the middle. We wanted to get ourselves back to private international law. This convention conveniently got rid of a lot of your privacies. Okay? Through a joint effort, okay? It's very, very slick. If you don't believe me, just look up this term. And we've looked it up in class before. I'm bringing it to you full face. I wonder why everything's happening the way they're happening. The government's continue to consume you and eat you alive. It's called civilly dead. And in the definition of civilly dead, civil death is the loss of all or almost all civil rights by a person due to conviction for a felony or due to an act by the government of a country that results in the loss of civil rights. The act of government. It just is what it is. Okay? All right, so guess what? You get that ownership back. Okay? You're not going to get ownership back by protesting in Walmart on their private property. Feel me? You're not going to get no ownership back yelling at folks. Okay? You're not going to get no ownership back and control back throwing rocks and sticks and stuff like that. It's not going to happen that way. That's why the program's called Take Your Name Back, guys. Y'all haven't seen TakeYourNameBack.com, like, seriously, man. Take your name back. Okay? So let's break down some real-life situations with this information. So, for example, we've been sending off credit dispute letters. Some people's stuff has come all the way clean. Some people have not all the way come clean, just immediately, okay? If you're on first letter, second, third letter to the credit bureau, send out the second and third letters to the credit bureaus and keep pushing at them. Now, anybody that still continues to send you but send you letters in the mail, okay? Anybody still sending you letters in the mail, we'll be going over how to charge them for your harassment, for harassing you, wasting your time, and then eventually get to where we can sue for them wasting your time and charging them fees. Because we're not going to be, definitely when you show up with that authenticated birth certificate. The larger the debt, the harder they will fight, and guess what? There's even more reason for you to be perfected in your title. Okay? We'll go over the laws concerning perfection of title and why you want to have a perfected title. Okay? So that you let's see, UCC 9-311A, section of security interest. So they've changed everything from your right and how, just things that you thought were just automatically going to be there by your participation in this society. Okay? You thought, courts are like, you just participate. That's the way the status quo of the system goes. When I turn 18, I'm an adult. And what they didn't tell you is that they're going to continue to treat you as a minor until you go do all this stuff that we're doing right now. Okay? That's not fair. It's not right. Okay? UCC 9-311, perfection of security interest in property, subject to certain statutes, regulations, and treaties. Property subject to statutes, regulations, and treaties would definitely be your birth certificate. Section A. Except as otherwise provided in subsection D, the filing of a financing statement is not necessary or effective to perfect security interest in property subject to a statute, regulation, treaty of the United States, whose requirements for security interest obtaining priority right over lien creditor with respect to property preempt subsection 9, preempt section 9.310A. Number 2, list any statute covering automobiles, trailers, mobile homes, boats, farm tractors, or the like, your birth certificate, which provide for a security interest to be indicated on a certificate of title, birth certificate of title, as a condition or result of perfection, and a uniform commercial code central filing status. A statute of another jurisdiction which provides for a security interest to be indicated on a certificate of title as a condition or result of the security interest obtaining priority right over a lien creditor with respect to property. So with respect to property, we want to have priority rights over any lien creditor. Okay? Anything covered on property is going to be on a title. If you don't have the title, you don't own it. Okay? UCC 9-312, perfection of security interest in chattel paper, deposit accounts, documents, goods covered by documents, instruments. Hey, would student loans fall under instruments? Yes, because he had a promissory note involved with that. Okay? Investment property, letter of credit rights, and money. Perfection by permissive filing, temporary perfection with. Okay? Perfection of filing permitted. A security interest in chattel paper, negotiable documents, instruments, or investment property may be perfected by filing. A security interest in a chattel paper, negotiable documents, instruments, or investment property may be perfected by filing. Okay? One second. Okay. Control or possession of certain collateral. Listen to this very closely. Section B. Control or possession of certain collateral, except as otherwise provided in Section 9.315C and D for proceeds. A security interest in a deposit account may be perfected by control under Section 9.314. So by control, listen to that closely. By control, having possession of that certificate of title is control. Section 2, except as otherwise provided in Section 909308D, a security interest in a letter of credit right may be perfected only by control under 9314. A security interest in money may be perfected only by the secured parties taking possession under 9313. So we're going to read 9313. 9313. When possession by or delivery to secured party perfects security interest without filing. So we don't have a perfected security interest in any matter, okay, without even filing this document as far as in the UCC. You don't even have to file it in the UCC because you have a title. It says perfection by possession or delivery. Except as otherwise provided in subsection B, a secured party may perfect a security interest in negotiable documents, goods, instruments, money or tangible chattel paper by taking possession of the collateral, by actually having the original birth certificate in your hand. A secured party may perfect a security interest in certificated securities by taking delivery of certificated securities under Section 8301. With respect to goods covered by a certificate of title, a birth certificate, issued by this state, a secured party may perfect a security interest in the goods by taking possession of the goods only in the circumstances described in section 9316D. Okay? So having a secure party may perfect its security interest by having the goods in his hand. Physically having secured the title, certificate of title. Okay? I'm going to jump back. 9314. Perfection by control. A security interest in investment property, deposit account, letter of credit rights, electronic chattel paper may be, electronic chattel paper, how many people sign promissory notes electronically? Okay? May be perfected by control of collateral under 9104, 9105, 106, and 107. Okay? So by control. Take your name back. Okay? Actually, believe it or not, you would not think that having control of that paper, having physical possession of it, of an original, means perfection. Okay? Now you can make real constitutional claims in the higher courts, in the real courts. Okay? You can have access to be able to actually redress any injuries that's come upon you. Okay? And it's not a very hard process to do such. Okay? Any questions, guys? I'll unmute y'all. Any questions? Press star 6 for questions. I know it's a little bit heavy for those. I didn't mean to exit that person out. I didn't mean to. All right. Y'all got any questions, guys? Well, now, when you're dealing with credit repair, you're saying you're going after the credit bureaus. If the credit bureaus don't want to budge, you want to start make sure you're keeping all the documents and get ready to sue the bureaus. I don't like coming short-handed, so I'm not going to go fight them going through the public side. I'm only going to want to fight them in the private side. Because when you fight big corporations in the public side where they got all the money at, they're going to win. Okay? Yes, you do need a certified copy of the original. Authentication would be a good step for them. To be honest with you, if you're you shouldn't have too many problems with the credit bureaus. But as far as you starting to authenticate people, that's gonna be at your level. It depends on your level of skill set. Yeah, you just missed it. You were late.
Hello?
Yeah.
So with the Hague Convention, you said that's private international law, and that's what we're trying to get to?
You're trying to make sure you're authenticating your document for a country outside the Hague Convention. You don't want to be inside the Hague Convention. Yeah.
Okay.
Jamaica is a country that's outside the Hague Convention.
Okay. What about a country in South America? Are they inside the Hague Convention?
Look them up. Look it up. That's why you know it's a Hague Convention now.
Okay.
Okay. First step of the process of getting authenticated, get a certified copy of your birth certificate, and then you're going to locate if you're in Alabama, I know you are, Mr. Jones, you're just going to go to the Alabama website, go Authentication Alabama, and it's going to go straight to the website. It's a little form you download. You're going to send it to the Secretary of State. Okay? I will repost a previous class. I think we went over it in more depth of exactly how to do it. We did it last class too, I want to say, of actually step by step. Okay? I do have a written step by step. I can post it back up in the group. Okay? Go ahead.
Hey, as far as getting a certified copy of my birth certificate from the Bronx, when I go online and type in State Register of the Bronx or certified birth certificate, everything leads me from the Department of Health back to vital statistics.
Yeah, you want to call and contact them directly. Like you got to find that number to the Bronx. The New York City clerk has different locations. The New York City clerk, they got a city clerk in New York. So you contact the New York City clerk, and you can get it straight from there. It's a way to get it straight from their website without dealing with vital statistics.
Okay.
It's in there. Trust me. They don't. That's why they keep it. It's like, it's not right there in your face.
All right, cool.
Okay. It's only 3 steps to this authentication, guys. Once you get the right birth certificate, and like I said, in some states they give you the right one, like Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi. Okay, New York, that's how you run around trying to figure out the right place to order the thing from. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you're gonna send it authenticated, I just say that you got Jamaica. If you want to do some more studying on the Hague Convention, you want to be outside the Hague Convention, so you can go on the private side. It's funny, a lot of these laws associated with making you civilly dead has a lot to do with orphan acts, adoptions, stuff like that, because what it is, the state wants to adopt you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I have not done Connecticut personally, so you have to look it up. I'm from Alabama. If you got a state register on your thing, if it says a city like New York City, you need you have to go to the county clerk in the county that your document was done in. That's step one for you. If you have a state register name on your certificate, on your birth certificate, you go straight to the Secretary of State and get them to authenticate it. Okay? There's going to be a major difference. You can't skip that. Most states, you got Secretary of State. You go straight to the Secretary of State, and once you get it back from the Secretary of State, you send it to the Department of State. And that's where we'll pick up next week. We'll get back on how to actually authenticate, Okay? Sunday, this class will be about sending out them dispute letters. Okay? We're going to continue to send out those dispute letters to the, I think we covered that. You got a naturalization paper. Your naturalization paper is your birth certificate now. And you can still authenticate your Jamaican, but you have to look up Jamaica. You have to look up how they authenticate their documents in Jamaica. So knowing to authenticate is the first step, and we'll show you some examples of how to authenticate because they don't fit. Everybody has a different situation, and that's where your due diligence does come in. Now you know you need to own the document. Now you know you need to control the document. Figure it out. All right, guys. I'm gonna let y'all go Sunday. We're gonna go into credit repair. That's the first step. We're sending out notices to get people off of our day-to-day name, the thing that affects us most, and then in the background we're working on getting private and getting stronger and being able to stop people from speaking reckless about you. All right? I hope this information was useful to you all. I pray that you all are able to succeed. Bless you. Shalom. Have a great evening, guys.
Shalom.